Quality over quantity. You see, the future of finance is being built right in front of our eyes, and it's being built on the blockchain. And DeFi is the movement that transforms old financial products into trustless and transparent protocols that can run without any interference of intermediaries. So today, I want to take you through 5 top DeFi projects on Solana. But not only do they all have massive potential, but all 5 projects are currently trading way below their recent all-time highs. In fact, they're all down between 56% all the way down to 94%. And let me tell you one thing, I truly believe that they are future market leaders of the Solana ecosystem. In case you are new to crypto, well, then let me start off with the obvious. I know it can be a bit overwhelming, to say the least, but don't worry. If you already made it to this video here on my channel, well then allow me to congratulate you. My name is Nico Arachi and I'm the host of Crypto Never Sleeps. Now let's get into today's top 5 decentralized financial projects on Solana. You see, first of all, it's great to have decentralized exchanges that are fast and cheap to use. But one of the biggest challenges in DeFi is to source liquidity, or as you may know it, cash reserves that can be used to make sure traders can close their orders as near as possible to their desired price. And liquidity is a real concern. See, that is why actually decentralized exchanges have and are needed. You want to sell a little position of 100,000 something on some of the centralized, it's not always possible. And the DEXs are so far, at least my experience, really number 1. So today we want to start off with Serum and Raydium. Now both protocols provide on-chain liquidity to a central limit order book, making the user experience slicker, much more familiar. In fact, both of the projects are closely linked, meaning that users of Raydium can access the order flow and liquidity of the entire Serum ecosystem, and vice versa, obviously. So Serum is a non-custodial decentralized exchange, and it's popular for its transaction speed and low fees. So you see, the need for speed is enormous. Now Serum is the only decentralized crypto exchange which is running fully an on-chain central limit order book, also known as CLOB, and a matching engine. Now the exchange also supports cross-chain asset swaps and stablecoins. Now let's get into number 2, and you can always argue who is number 1. Number 1 is number 2, and number 2 is number 1. But Raydium, which is the automated market maker, and currently down 56% from its recent all-time high. So Raydium works also an on-chain order book that powers, listen to this, the Cambrian explosion. And that means that investors can stake their assets into Raydium liquidity pools and earn rewards in both the native Ray token and the tokens that are deposited in the pool. Like with Serum, Raydium provides on-chain liquidity to a central limit order book, making the user experience, as I said, much faster, much quicker, much easier. And that is so important in order to achieve mass adoption. Now I have to say, I was a little slow in the beginning, right? Very much, Ethereum fan. Once I finally got over to Solana, it's a blessing in the sky. Even I am reborn. I've become a righteous man when it comes to Solana. And now it's time to number 3, and I kind of tend to think this is my favorite of today. Saber, which is the stablecoin hub, and that is currently down 93% from its recent all-time high. Now, Saber works in a similar way to Curve Finance. We're going to look at that and compare them a little bit later here in this video. So Curve Finance on Ethereum, in that it functions as a stablecoin exchange. However, Saber on Solana and with cross-chain capabilities. You see, stablecoin liquidity is vital to DeFi because stablecoins, they serve so many functions in the ecosystem. A huge amount of stablecoin liquidity is needed to make sure that somebody trading $1 million worth of USDC, for example, doesn't end up paying $20,000 worth of slippage fees. And Saber, they bring this vital liquidity to Solana, and they help facilitate the transfer of assets between Solana and other dApp platforms. So the famous market makers, I hope you know who they are, right? People who help any kind of exchange to run by providing funds. They can deposit crypto into a Saber liquidity pool in order to earn yield from transaction fees. They can pick up some token-based incentives and benefit from automated DeFi strategies, which saves a lot of time because manually chasing the best yield across different pools is almost impossible. But if you've got lots of time, you could try. Kitty tried, didn't get nowhere. Number 4, MNGO Markets, which is the place for DeFi derivatives on the Solana blockchain. Now this lending, borrowing and trading platform are promising the lowest fees in the entire Solana ecosystem. Let me just remind you, Solana is already cheap. So being the cheapest in the Solana ecosystem, they must be really cheap. Let's hope they're quick too. I think so. Anyway, MNGO, they're benefiting from Serum's fully on-chain perpetual features, order book and spot margin. Now on MNGO, every asset is cross-collateralized and used as collateral to open leverage positions. Now, the goal of MNGO is to have the usability and liquidity available on centralized exchanges and pair it with the permissionless feature of DeFi. Traders using MNGO, they can earn interest on their open interests, deposits, and collaterals. Before we end, I just wanted to share this slide with you here because I wanted to take some of the biggest dexes on Ethereum and show you the market cap and compare them with the biggest dexes that we were just talking about on Solana. And I mean, just look at it. Maker has a total volume locked in of 17 billion, and then we got Aave with 13 billion, Uni with 8, 21 billion to Curve, Compound 10 billion, and Sushi with 4.8 billion. Now the funny thing is, you can obviously see that the big boys from Ethereum, they are also very cheap if you want to compare it to the recent all-time highs. But look at currently, right, Solana is also in the top 5, and look at the small amounts of the TVL, which means the total volume locked in. Look at Raydium, it's 1.8 billion. Now we come to my favorite. If you can go down to the second line, Saber. Saber has 674 million total value locked in. But look at that. They got a market cap of only 23 million. 23 million. So just look at the big brother, Raydium, with 1.8 billion, right? Has a market cap of 482. If you want to do it, you could do a small calculation. You could say 4 times, but really it's only 3 times more. And if you would see a 3 times increase in Saber, it would still only be at 100, right? Lots of potential. And then if you move down and we look at the Ethereum big boys, look at the market cap of Maker, 2.4 billion, Aave 2.6, Uni 9.8. I mean, I think it looks like Solana got lots of room to grow. And listen to this. If that wasn't enough, if you don't think you can make that, why don't you just go and stake it? Because on Raydium, you can stake Serum and Raydium in one pool, and you can receive 60% APR. So that's it from me today. It was also a long video, but from my point of view, I think it was one of the best videos we have made in a long time, because I think that here it is very simplistic, illustrated. I think everyone can understand that Solana has really taken off, and the biggest, mightiest future market leaders of tomorrow are compared to the Ethereum ecosystem completely undervalued. Now just remember, this is not financial advice. Don't do what I do, because I wouldn't want to do what you do. Anyway, stay safe, stay home, and don't ask any questions, because it can cause depression.